Immediate elephant in the room. I put the flag back up. I said I was going to wait till the Raiders win 2 games in a row, and I didn't cave on that. But I felt like letting the Raiders dictate how good my videos looked, which could then dictate how many people click like on the video or subscribe because there's a flag instead of a black wall, a white wall, made me realize I should put it back up and not let this crappy Raiders team dictate how well my videos do, even though they already dictate it because the worse they play, the less people want to watch the content, but we're here doing it anyway. I feel myself getting angry, and I'm going to bring myself back down to a normal level for the viewer. The flag is back up. I didn't cave. It's an aesthetic thing. With all that being said, I should have made this video a couple days ago because I was talking about this to friends and family, and they would vouch for me, but you're not going to believe me, even though it's not like the craziest theory of all time. I was mentioning, because I like to do this, I like to sort of look into the crystal ball of what could happen in the offseason if things go a certain way for certain teams. I feel like there are times in the league where if you went into a coma in 2015 and then you woke up in 2020, you'd be like, how is Tom Brady hoisting a Lombardi trophy on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Like, there's these things that you never see coming, but in hindsight, it was like, oh yeah, that was the perfect spot for Brady. Last year, this time, I said, if things get a little weird with the Rams, expect Stafford to be on the market, and I feel like we can make an aggressive push for him. Now, things didn't get weird with the Rams. They were a play away from the Super Bowl, and we still almost traded for him. If they didn't make the playoffs or if Stafford got hurt or something, we probably would have been able to trade for him. I'm doing that again. But this time, it's not for a quarterback that's going to be in play. It's not the Kyler Murray of it all, which if that happens, that's going to test my fandom, no doubt about it. It is for the next head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. There's a lot of candidates out there, but a candidate that I didn't see anybody talking about until 2 days ago or until yesterday, which I was the first one to talk about, but I didn't record myself saying it, is Mike Tomlin. And Bleacher Report puts out ideal landing spots for Mike Tomlin if the Steelers coach were to split in 2026. Mike Tomlin has been the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers since 2007. He's never led the franchise to a sub-500 record, which is insane. However, the future with the team has never appeared murkier. Despite landing quarterback Aaron Rodgers in the offseason, the Steelers aren't much better offensively than they were in 2024. We know this. Could Tomlin really leave Pittsburgh after this season? I think yes. Adam Schefter's, the question is, does Mike Tomlin want to walk away? And he hasn't in the past, and he gets to stay in the job as long as he wants. He's almost tenured in this particular job. He does look a little tired. He does look a little worn by the way the season has gone. Interesting. Okay. So they talk about the Giants, they talk about the Dolphins, and now it's the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders may not need a full-on reset as badly as the Dolphins, not the Giants, but the Dolphins, or maybe like the Browns who are on this as well. They've been one of the worst teams in the NFL this season, but they have a cornerstone-type player like Brock Bowers, Max Crosby, Colt Miller, and Ashton Genty. Head coach Pete Carroll's inability to maximize Las Vegas' talent year one already has him on the hot seat, according to Rappaport. If Carroll's indeed out in 5 weeks, the Raiders' next coach could be inheriting the skeleton of a competitive roster along with an opportunity to target one of those next top-tier quarterbacks. The season ended today. Las Vegas would own the 4th pick in the draft with the Titans and the Giants, teams that already have first-round quarterbacks. We already have first-round selections on quarterbacks. We've talked about this. Likely picking before them, the Raiders can make a move for their preferred target. The Steelers simply aren't going to have any shot at a prospect like Mendoza or Dante Moore without expending a massive amount of draft capital to move up from the middle of the first round. The biggest potential roadblock to this pairing might be the presence of minority owner Tom Brady. After dealing with one of the league's most off-hands owners in Art Rooney, Tomlin may not want to deal with an owner who appears to have his hands in everything interesting. However, the Raiders would almost certainly give Tomlin a hero's welcome, and with a high draft slot and the second most projected cap space in the NFL, Las Vegas could improve its roster in a hurry. Right now, I want you to do this for me. Get in the comments below before I give you my take and just initial thoughts. Yes on Tomlin, no on Tomlin. We talked about this a little bit in the Discord. Oh, I did mention this in the Discord 2 days ago, so there is proof of that. There's proof of that. Okay. If you go into Discord, you can see proof of that. Link in the description below is completely free. What's your initial vibe check on Tomlin to the Raiders? I'm going to play this ad while you guys talk in the comments. This is a big ad. We've got Factor back. And look, if you like Factor and you order it, it helps the channel out tremendously. With the holiday season in full swing, your routine is bound to be shifting and your schedules are bound to be all over the place. And if you're trying to maintain and support that fitness and wellness lifestyle that you started to do, Factor is the way to go for ultimate convenience and great choices for your food. Factor delivers fresh, never frozen, chef-crafted, and dietitian-approved meals straight to your doorstep, ready to eat in just 2 minutes. Factor helps eliminate stress around cooking, planning, or cleanup so you can stay focused on your goals. Factor has so many options, and you can enjoy 100+ rotating weekly options from meals and salads to breakfasts, shakes, and so much more. Now look, making YouTube videos full-time isn't easy, and typically I find myself sitting in this chair a lot, so I'm trying to get back into the workout grind. Having great choices that are convenient and easy to set up and eat is huge for me, and Factor checks up all the boxes I'm looking for with good quality ingredients that are as convenient as possible. So if you're finally ready to try Factor and stay within your routine and wellness and fitness goals, head over to factor75.com or click the link in the description below and use code ALLABORDEFB50 to get 50% off your first Factor box plus free breakfast for an entire year. My initial take on Tomlin is, here's the problem. My preferred choice is a younger offensive or defensive, but I lean offensive-minded head coach, someone who's proven to be able to call plays in the NFL at a high level, like a Joe Brady or like a Jesse Minter. I wouldn't hate like a Todd Monken either, but I prefer someone younger. Now, Mike Tomlin is a proven commodity with the Steelers, just like Pete Carroll was a proven commodity with the Seahawks. Done are the days of us expecting people who have done it in one area to be able to do it with us. But with all that being said, there's no evidence, or there's no hope, or there's no, hope is the wrong word, there's no vibe to suggest that a young hotshot coordinator would be any better or worse than Mike Tomlin. So at the end of the day, it comes down to, do you want a head coach that's going to feel like a CEO? And right now, my answer is no. I want John Spockton to have full control of this. I don't think Mike Tomlin would muddle like Pete Carroll did in the personnel, but he would have a say. And look, our defense would be awesome. I would assume Patrick Graham would be gone if Mike Tomlin came. I think Patrick Graham's going to be gone no matter what. He's just going to leave. And I would want to see who his offensive coordinator is. I would like a combination of a Mike Tomlin, Brian Daboll. That would be kind of sick. Or Mike Tomlin, Mike McDaniel. If Mike McDaniel gets fired, I don't know. But I'd rather go with somebody who maybe is a little more hungry. Now, Mike Tomlin might be hungry to prove, like, I'm a good coach, and if I have the quarterback, we're going to be rocking and rolling. And the Steelers have never been bad enough to be able to draft a quarterback that high. They drafted Kenny Pickett, and they still won like 9 games with him. But to be able to get Fernando Mendoza or Dante Moore or Ty Simpson or Jaden Maiava with one of these top picks could be enticing enough for me to be like, okay, what can Mike Tomlin do with like a really good quarterback prospect he hasn't had since, obviously, Big Ben. So I don't know. I'm a little iffy on Tomlin, but here's what I do want to discuss a little bit in terms of like how attractive our job is. Okay, let's talk about a bunch of jobs that might be open this year. Jonathan Gannon, we'll see. Pete Carroll, we'll see. Stefanski, we'll see. Nobody's guaranteed to be fired, but a lot of these people are like, yeah, you're gone. And the Giants, obviously, are no doubt about it the most attractive job because they have maybe the quarterback in place, Malik Neighbors, Scadaboo, Abdul Carter when he's not. You know what? Actually, I'm going to leave that alone. They have a great defense. They've got weapons, and they have a great defense, and they have a decent quarterback. Other than the Giants, of all these teams who need a head coach potentially, and I don't think I'm being biased here, we probably have the best case scenario. You could argue the Atlanta Falcons because of Penix, but he's hurt. He tore his ACL, which is, his problem, being hurt. And they've got Bijan, and they've got Drake London, but other than that, it's kind of, I don't know. Can they win with Michael Penix? The Cardinals are getting rid of Kyler Murray, so they don't have a quarterback. They're going to have to draft one or find one in free agency. Stefanski, their defense is awesome. Or not Stefanski, the Cleveland Browns, their defense is awesome, but they don't have a quarterback either. And right now, we're ahead of them in the draft order. They could jump us. The Steelers, no thanks. And the Bengals, obviously, if Zach Taylor were to get fired, the Bengals would be the hottest team out there. So if you have the Bengals at 1 and the Giants at 2, we're probably a strong 3, and we're going to have the highest pick of all these teams on paper. You're going to have to trade up for someone. With Brock Bowers already there, and Ashton, and Colton Miller, and Genty, and Max, this team really could be a quarterback away from like instant playoff contention. And I've said that before, and I thought Geno was going to be this nice bridge. He obviously was horrible, and the offense was horrible, and the line was terrible. But like the BR article said, with a ton of cap space, with Spytek's third-round rookie guard finally playing and being the highest-graded lineman we have, maybe some of these Spytek picks are good and they're just not getting the opportunities. Jack Bech has been showing to be open constantly on film, and they're just not getting him the ball and letting Tyler Lockett play instead of him. You hammer the line. You get a coach in place who knows what he's doing. I don't know if Pete just needs a better offensive coordinator. I feel a sneeze coming on. I'm fighting it with every fiber in my being. I think I got it. I think I got rid of it. Mind over matter. It's gone. We could flip the script. We just need to hit in the quarterback. I know easier said than done, but we have to take one this year. Simpson, Mendoza, Maeva, Moore. Those are my top 4. We'll see what happens with Arch coming out and some of these other guys. But right now, those are my top 4 in no particular order. We're going to be starting that series on Patreon very soon. Mendoza this weekend is playing Ohio State. We'll see how he looks there. I'm very excited to see how he looks there. Shout out to my $5 and $10 patrons. Shout out to my YouTube members as well. Join up. Links in the description below. Use Factor. Promo code ALLaBorde FB50. Free breakfast for a year. 50% off your first box. That's a huge deal that they came back. Shout out to you guys. Drop likes, drop comments. Please be sure to subscribe. It's free. No charge to you. I love you guys. And I'll see you next time.